If you're into costume projects that cause you to lose a week of your life, then this week's video is for you. Today I'm going to show you how to make these absolutely amazing fairy and skeletal wings that a few of you eagle-eyed people saw in the background of my ghost tassels video. So the rainbow beauties are actually a commission for someone very special for their wedding. So I was absolutely honored to be able to build them. I knew as I was making the rainbow ones, I was absolutely going to make my own pair for my Halloween costume this year because haven't started yet and probably get a wiggle on. So this is a big component of my costume. I will not show you the finished costume until much closer to Halloween, but we will see these babies in action. Now I'm gonna level with you. I did just about every single fairy wing tutorial on YouTube. There was some absolutely fantastic ones that I took the skills that I learned from and incorporated them into my design. I found there were a lot of steps that didn't work in some other tutorials. So I winged it, and without much further ado, let's sew a bit. I already had the templates for making the rainbow wings, but the way I did it was this. I jumped on Google and I found a shape of the wings that I really liked. I like the shape of the wings from this fancy fairy tutorial, and oh my god, go check them out because they just shit all over any other wings you've ever seen. Once I found the shape I like, I freehanded a similar one onto paper in 3 different sizes and cut them out. These would be my templates. For this project, you will need sheets of Eyrie glitter foam, clear cellophane, contact vinyl, scissors and a pencil, glitter paint and chunky glitter, a glue stick, wire and wire shapers, rhinestoning stuff, so sparkles and Fabrifuge, your iron. You'll also need your hot glue gun, needle and thread, more EV, some cardboard, felt, and elastic. Now I'm going to show you how to do each wing individually, and you'll need to do the same process for every single wing. Each individual wing will need a front and a back drawn out and cut out from the Eyrie glitter foam. Lay down your stencil on the smooth side of the foam and carefully trace around it with a pencil. Once that's done, cut it out. You'll need to flip the stencil and do the same process for the other side. This will be just one side of the wing, so you'll have to do 4 separate stencils to make one set. Get your clear cellophane and scrunch it up. Then, using your glue sticks, just glue some spots the cellophane can stick to and press it all down. You can give it more of a scrunch if you like. And then trim off all the excess. Then get your wire and we're going to cut a length of it that will go around the top of the wing. Use your wire tools to curl off the ends so that no sharp edges will poke out. Then get your hot glue gun and glue the wire in. For the larger wings, you'll need to use a thicker gauge wire and put in a few extra pieces to keep them sturdy. I'm putting 2 at the top and 1 on the side to keep the shape. Then glue the other side of the wing down. Use this time to clean up any edges that don't line up with your scissors. Next, we're going to lay out some sticky contact with the sticky side up. This is the same stuff you cover your school books in. Place the wing on top of the contact and then cut another piece and sandwich the wing between the two pieces of contact. Get your iron, put the wing down and then cover in a tea towel. Using a low iron, we're going to slowly heat the wing pocket until all that contact effectively shrink wraps around the wing. It's good to check this as you go to ensure you haven't missed any bits. See how this bit is still a bit loose? Just lay the tea towel down again and iron that section. Then, using the very tip of your iron, go around all the edges. This just helps define them better. Here's how they look before and after ironing. Pretty cool, huh? Cut the excess contact off around your wing. For the fairy wings, I left the contact on as a membrane for the wing, but this time I'm just cutting them all off. Finally, get your needle and thread and sew up the edges of every wing. Now, this is going to take a fair amount of time, but it's a good step because it ensures everything stays together and makes the edges nice and smooth. I noticed on a lot of the other tutorials I took, they didn't do really anything with the edges and they ended up looking quite rough, so here's what I came up with. I highly recommend picking out 2 to 3 horror movies, sitting yourself down on the couch and sewing up all the edges while you watch cool films. When that is all finally done, the wings end up looking like this. As for the final step for each wing, we're going to paint some glitter on. This is one of my favorite tricks, so get your glitter paint and your chunky glitter and mix them together. This thickens out thin glitter paint and adds more sparkle. It will dry hard and keep the glitter in as well. I'm just painting around the very edges to cover the stitches. Now for the white ones, I don't have any white glitter paint or chunky glitter, so I'm just using silver instead. I'll leave these overnight to dry before we start putting them all together. For this next part, I'm sewing the wings together. I'm also creating a little U shape out of some wire and poking those down between all the layers, then bending them off at the back. It's easier to do the bottom wings separately, but you can line them up with the top ones before you sew and wire them all together. Now my wings are still looking a little bit fresh and I want them to look worn, so I'm just painting in some grey shadows. Then I'm adding rhinestones to the center, which will cover all the wiring. Now we're going to make the attachment that will go on your back so you can actually wear the wings. Grab another piece of EV foam, a sheet of cardboard and a sheet of felt. Using a plain piece of paper, I'm just tracing the width of the middle of the wings to create a template. Then I'm drawing that template on all 3 textiles and cutting them out. Now get your elastic and measure on yourself the tightness and length of how it will sit around your shoulders like a backpack. Cut 2 lengths of these and shape them into a sort of outwards going shape. This is so it's easier to put on, and then sew down those edges. Next, we're going to hot glue gun them onto the cardboard layer. Once you've done this, glue the felt to one side and the EV on the other with the scratchy part facing out. Sew up all the edges around your attachment. and then hot glue gun it onto the wings, pressing down firmly. You want to press down the scratchy EV part so it's got extra grip as you glue it down. You can also stitch it a few times just to make sure it's extra sturdy. We're nearly there. Remember all that wiring we put in? Well, finally it's time to use it. Bend the wires to pop out each wing. You can pop them out as much or as little as you like. And we're finally done. Let's see these babies in action. I love the way that they flap as they move. It feels very organic and very just whimsical. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really happy with the way that both of these turned out. I hope you got something out of today's video. If you did, please like and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe whilst you're here. All the best looking ghouls do. Until next time, my crafty friends, I have been Lady Hart and you have been an audience. See you next week.
You're all doomed. Doomed. Doomed.